Max and Selena are newlyweds. Whoopity-doo. Welcome to Buzz in the Tower, a podcast dedicated to the movies of the 80s and 90s. I'm Mo Shapiro, and joining me as always, one of the mutants from Table 9, Max Sanders.
I vomited in my hair.
You sure did. She loves him.
And he loves this guy.
Oh, man.
And she loves somebody else.
You know what Adam...
And so it goes.
Do you know what Adam
until
said?
the day you die.
Do you know
this
what...
thing called love. It's going to make you cry.
Keep going.
I hate you. I've had the measles, the fever, the mumps.
Do you know what Adam Sandler hates more than anything in the world? Fat people. He makes fun of fat people so harshly. It's like almost hurts my feelings. Like, oh, I know if he doesn't get some cake, he's going to die over there. I'm like, oh, oobity-doo.
But it's an easy group to make fun of still.
Table 9.
Yeah.
Table 9 is going to be the name of my indie rock band. Table 9. Max, today on Buzz in the Tower, we're going to talk about, if you haven't figured it out already, we're going to talk about The Wedding Singer in honor of the countdown to Wedding Fest 2024.
By the time this is out, I'll have been married for 3 days.
Oh, my God. Max.
We got our marriage license yesterday.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
And I, your leader of Buzz in the Tower, will be officiating over this poop show.
By the way, talk about Table 9. When you go to the marriage license,
your
city
whole wedding is a Table 9.
No, city council.
Oh, yeah.
And you there was a woman with a baby, and she was like, I can't believe it's $12, $13. And she's like mumbling to herself.
Yeah.
And I was like, what is she here for? And it was for the birth certificate for the baby. And she was holding the baby's carriage or whatever it is.
Carrier.
She was like kind of twisting it and like not being very good. And like she was kind of being mean.
Great story, Max. So anyways, if this is your first time to Buzz in the Tower, please subscribe, follow us. We're on everything. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, but most importantly, OnlyFans, definitely. Well, you got to give up that lifestyle. Well, actually, no, you don't. Nowadays, we're married, not married.
Yeah, it's probably hotter.
We live in a time of sin. YouTube.com/@BuzzInTheTower is where you can see the magic. Today I am wearing my Goonies shirt. I love this shirt.
You Goonie!
You old so-and-so.
There's a, wait, no, I was going to say there's a Goonie connection, but there's not.
There's always a Goonie connection.
Who is it?
I don't know.
Okay.
But we'll figure it out.
Okay.
And this is from our sponsor, 80stees.com. But I have to make a new sound effect. I had it all set up.
Okay.
But it's not new. It was from The Price is Right.
Yeah.
Bump, bump, ba-da.
We talked about that last time.
Maybe.
Plinko. Yeah.
Max, 4 years. We've almost been doing this for 4 years. I don't even remember what we talked about. What movie did we do last week? Dirty Dancing trick question.
It was fun.
It was really good.
Yeah.
I do like to talk
about
Swayze. Social media. At Buzz in the Tower, BUZZNBC the Tower, and patreon.com/Buzz in the Tower, website, buzzinthetower.com. And what am I forgetting?
5 stars.
5 stars. Yeah. Leave them. Leave a review. We like to hear it. We like to see it. We've a lot of traction on YouTube. We're getting some nice comments
on YouTube.
We got a lot of comments.
I can't read them. You got to show me how.
Well, you just go to our YouTube channel and you read.
Oh.
Right to left, top to bottom, Advil for headaches.
Lamb and tuna fish.
Yeah. The lamentation.
Hip Hop Anonymous?
Good Lord. Hippopotamai. Today we're talking about The Wedding Singer, the 1998 smash hit from Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
This was when he was ripping through. This is like Dream Team, Michael Jordan in the 90s.
His 94.
Tell us, Max. Tell me all about it. I know you know.
His 94 to 99 is unassailable. So he did Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore, Wedding Singer, Waterboy, Big Daddy, and also in there, it's not the hit and it's kind of like forgotten about, but he did Bulletproof, which is awesome.
I liked Bulletproof.
I did too. I don't understand why it's not more well known.
It just wasn't his. I don't think it was like.
It's not in his. It's a little raunchier and stranger.
Yeah,
and it's almost like a Last Action Hero.
Yeah.
And I mean, ironically, Damon Wayans is in it. Yeah. But I love his interaction with the motel guy. He's kind of perving with him. Yeah.
It's interesting. He. I suppose if your career is long enough, this is bound to happen.
Yeah.
But Adam Sandler, like gangbusters, comes out the gate with just like $100 million after $100 million film, killing it. This is his first $100 million. Yeah. Kills it.
Yeah.
Then continues to kill a little bit and then just craps the bed for a long time. And now there's this Adam Sandler resurgence. Uncut Gems was incredible.
Yeah.
That Bat Mitzvah movie. Did you see that? My kids made me watch it.
No, you said it was good.
It was really good.
And Herbie Halloween. So he just has... he picks the most attractive woman to be married to.
Sure.
He goes to travel.
His actual wife is stunning.
Yeah, she's the waitress from Big Daddy.
Yeah.
And he's like,
Oh, I remember.
the goddamn Jets. And she's like, oh, that's cute. And
Yeah,
you're like, I enjoy you.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Did they meet on that movie?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Rapture Dodger.
You know what's funny though? She's an actress, obviously.
Yeah.
And he puts her in his movies, but never as his wife or main actress. So
I get that.
He clearly is like, here's a little treat for you. But
I don't know. Maybe. That's a weird dynamic. I don't know how like it would work.
If she was an actress, I'd be like, give me the freaking
but that's
main
you.
role.
You want free rides whenever you can get them.
Well, wouldn't you if you were Adam Sandler's wife?
I don't know, because then you have to kind of question your chops. Are you good? Are you not that good?
I don't care if I'm good. I want to be at the
That's
top.
I just said
Yeah.
you love free rides.
Yeah.
Max, a quick note about this movie. Set in 1985, Adam Sandler plays a nice guy with a broken heart who's stuck in one of the most romantic jobs in the world, a wedding singer. He loses all hope when he is abandoned at the altar by his fiancé. He meets a young woman named Julia, played by Drew Barrymore, who enlists his help to plan her wedding. He falls in love with her and must win her over before she gets married.
It's very cute.
Julia Gulia.
Yeah.
I wonder if we could create at some point a quotability index, a way to rate movies on their long-lasting quotability. Because
Okay.
this is a very quotable movie.
Yeah. So it's like the one main line, the 3 lines afterwards. And then if you can go 5 lines deep, it's a Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Like Anchorman is 1.
I lost how you were doing this.
I'm saying like if you have 1 line from your movie, you're on like the bottom tier of the pyramid.
Oh, if
if
there's
you
only
have,
just one quote.
yeah,
Like, yeah,
if
gotcha,
you have
gotcha.
3 to 5,
I gotcha. Maybe.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I like, this is one of those movies that sometimes you forget you're quoting.
Yeah.
Like, how many times have I said to you, it would have been nice to have that information yesterday? And that's like, again, from this movie, Julia Gulia, I say all the time. Anytime someone's name sounds weird, like when I first met Selena and you tried to pronounce her last name, I was like, Julia Gulia. That's an odd name.
So I have a fun game for you for this game.
I'm excited.
For this
I love a game.
Name me all the 80s movie references you can think of.
Wow.
Yeah.
From this movie.
From pop culturally. Let's like get like a dinger on here. Like ding.
80s movie references or just pop
80s,
culture?
80s pop culture.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah.
The fiance, whose name is
Linda?
the male fiance, the dude. What's his name?
Oh, Glenn.
Glenn.
Yeah.
Glenn Quagmire
Giggity.
drives a DeLorean.
Yep.
Blasts the Miami Vice music
He
from
does.
said DeLorean.
And he's concerned about reruns.
correct.
Yeah.
DVD player being introduced.
CD player,
CD player being introduced.
Let's
Yeah,
play some
DVD
records.
player,
No
yeah.
dummy.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Van
shirt.
Halen.
Yeah, breaking up too.
Yeah. Don't wear that shirt. You'll break up the band.
Yeah. Think the limo driver. What does he wear?
Tie, piano tie.
What's the other thing? The more
Michael Jackson jacket and glove.
And the glove.
Yeah, and the glove.
Her best friend, what does she wear?
Madonna clothes.
Yep.
Yep.
The little kid with the Freddy Krueger mask.
Yes.
Yeah.
Excellent choice.
What else? Billy
There's so much
Billy
more.
Idol.
Yeah, Billy Idol.
The Rubik's Cube. No one's ever gonna solve this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Max, this is an impossible. Like, I feel like we're not even scratching the surface.
And actually just wedding singers were
Yeah.
like really big in the 80s.
Yeah, so the mega 80s that I've taken you to go see a dozen
so
times.
fun,
Like Trish and I, when we were getting engaged, we looked into having them perform at our wedding. It would have been a fortune, but it would have been awesome.
Oh, and the Flock of Seagulls flight attendant.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you like Flock of Seagulls?
No, but
you certainly do.
So what do you think of this movie though?
I really like The Wedding Singer. I think it's right in the pocket of Sandler movies. It's got heart. Miles and miles of heart.
More so than the other ones.
Well, Carrie Fisher touched up the script on this.
How many scripts did she touch up? I got to IMDb.
Not a ton.
Okay.
So, but the ones that she did, they have this humanity. So
Yeah.
Drew Barrymore talked about how she took Julia Gulia. She took Julia Hart's character, because they're married now. Took Drew Barrymore's character and humanized her. Didn't make her just such a damsel in distress, runaway bride at the altar.
She is a little annoying though. She like is kind of pestering everyone to do everything. She's like, "Come on, Robbie, please." But I don't want to be married in Vegas. I mean, I get it.
Yeah. I mean, it's the 80s too.
Yeah.
Right. Like female independence didn't really start rocking until the 90s.
That's true.
But I think that. Look, the thing about Sandler movies, it's great, is like you kind of know what it's like a warm meal at your favorite place. You're home from college, and you're going to your favorite pizza place, and you know what to expect. And it's never going to be a whole lot better, and it's never going to be a whole lot worse. Like, that's a good Sandler film to me. It's like, you're going to see 2 or 3 of his buddies in small roles with cameos. The cameos are great. John Lovitz, like, for my money, makes the movie. I think he's absolutely hysterical.
I would argue Buscemi.
Buscemi's really good too. That's another
Robbie
quote.
and Julia.
I'm so glad you brought this up, because it's another example of the things I quote all the time.
Never had one lesson.
Best man, better man. Like, how many times have I said that in my life? Countless, right? And I mean, like, John Lovitz. So John Lovitz is the rival, and even his name is like Jimmy Moore, like Gimme More, like Jimmy Moore, and he's the rival wedding singer. So he's getting all these jobs now because Adam Sandler's lost his mind. And when Adam Sandler is playing the song that he wrote, when Robbie Hart's playing it for
Somebody
Julia,
kill me, please.
The whole thing about that is incredible, right?
He's losing his mind.
And that scene when the curtain just covered, he goes, he's losing his mind, and I'm reaping all the benefits.
That's my favorite quote of this movie.
It's really funny. Yeah. He's great. He's hilarious.
Lovitz is incredible.
I don't know. Mutants at Table 9 is probably my favorite quote of the and I'm sorry, because I'm just rambling on about quotes, but the more I think about the movie, the more I think about all these scenes. Like, he goes back to work after having his heart broken. He's left at the altar, and he goes right back to work, and he goes to do a wedding, and he's just destroyed, right? What is the song he's singing in the first one when he comes back?
I celebrate.
Celebrate. It could be all if you had a holiday. And then George. Just a time to get away. So when the father of the bride says, like, you're awful, and he's like, sir, if you interrupt me again, I will choke you with my microphone cord. Oh my God. All those are so good.
I thought there should have been 1 or 2 more Adam Sandler classic psycho breakouts.
He had a bunch.
You think so?
The stuff with Linda, his ex-fiance, is fantastic.
Hey, psycho.
Hey, yeah. Take that shirt off before you break up the band.
Adam Sandler is the most charming, psychotic person. Like, he's kind until he flips the switch, and you love both of them. Yeah,
I mean, on that spectrum, right, I think the most switch flipping you get is from Happy Gilmore.
Yep. And Billy Madison. No, he's not angry, he's just an idiot.
Yeah, Happy Gilmore is like, he really loses his mud.
Punch Drunk Love, but that's that's serious.
More serious. That's like a real movie.
Yeah.
Somebody kill me, please. I'm on my knees. Pretty, please. Kill me. I want to die. Put a bullet in my head.
Why does she like him?
I don't know.
He makes $60. By the way, he only makes $60 for the wedding.
He lives. Do you notice he lives in his sister's basement?
Yes, he does.
And the address above the door to his sister's basement is like 1528 and a half.
Oh.
Which is also like an 80s sitcom thing, like the little like half thing. I mean, there is the thing I like about this movie is there's a little bit of subtext to the story. He loses both of his parents at a very young age. He's living with his sister, which isn't pathetic when you lost your parents when you were that young, because like that's all you have. That's his only family.
How old is he?
He's a fun uncle. He's got to be in his 30s.
Yeah,
right?
That's a rough lifestyle.
I mean, okay, pat yourself on the back for being engaged.
Yeah,
you'd be living in.
I've never lived outside of my means, or I've never lived back home with my parents ever.
Yet,
I never will.
It's a big old yet.
No.
Hey, I hear the Boston milk is delicious.
They'll pay for my place if I
jump out of that. For those of you listening to your first episode, Max's father loves him more than any father has ever loved their kid.
Yeah.
And often will feed him warm breast milk.
It's not
to
true.
help him go to sleep.
Milk you'll never have.
It's true. At the wedding this weekend, I'll be like, Lloyd, come here.
Here's a glass of half.
Did you bring me some milk?
Don't do that.
Is he going to punch me in the face and say, don't hurt my son?
No.
Don't you hurt my baby?
He'll sue you.
It's great.
Yeah.
I could use a good lawsuit.
Have you ever been sued?
No. Yeah, by a landlord in college.
Sweet.
I was the only one to sign the lease because that's super smart. When living with my friends, like, don't worry, boys, Mo's got this. And then the house was left in shambles, and I was sued by the landlord. Great stuff, Max.
Incredible.
All right, let's talk about this movie. How about some facts?
Soundtrack first.
Oh, by the way, another quote I use all the time. Then my last one. That's grade A top choice meat, Max. It's so offensive. I love it.
So the soundtrack is one of the reasons I actually do really enjoy this movie. So
can I pause you?
Yep.
Because this is an excellent point, and it makes me think of our last episode that we did with Dirty
Top 10
Dancing.
sound.
Yeah. does the soundtrack to a certain degree take this movie over the top?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Because the whole 80s-ness of it, this movie could take place at any point. It came out in 1998.
Yeah.
It could have been a 1998 movie.
Yeah.
The fun is the nostalgia of the 80s. Right. And that they like, Sandler leans into the like top level, like surface level, this is the 80s stuff.
Yeah.
Like he's not like messing around with like deep tracks like, oh, this is The Cure. Or, though he just mentioned The Cure at one point, that he's been listening to a lot of The Cure.
He's been listening to a lot. This is heavily, I was listening to The Cure a lot when I wrote
But
this.
it's not like Annie Lennox or or Phil Collins. You know what I mean? It's like very like Hall & Oates gets 2 tracks, I think, on this, right? You Make My Dreams Come True. And
shame on me. I had an opportunity to go see them in concert. They the Auto Show a few years ago. They were the band that was playing, and I should have gone to see them.
I saw them at Bonnaroo. I painted my face with nail polish.
Sure.
And then my face was infected for like 3 days.
That's a Max Sanders story if I've ever heard
Yep.
one. Thanks for that. Appreciate that.
You got Rapper's Delight, which is awesome. 99 Loof Balloons. Don't Stop Believing is the instrumental playing at Robbie's wedding.
A lot of people use that today.
It's great. It's great.
It's really good.
It's going to be our ending song at our wedding.
The ending.
Yeah. Do You Really Want to Hurt Me? The Boy George.
Do you really want to hurt me?
White Wedding, Billy Idol. There's nothing more 80s than Billy Idol.
So Billy Idol was convinced by his kid to do this movie.
Oh, really?
His kid was basically, because think about when this came out, Billy Idol had no idea who Adam Sandler was, right?
Yeah, but Billy Idol was out of relevance completely at this point, right?
And his son, I think it was either his son or his daughter, obsessed with Sandler.
Yeah.
And Billy Idol, when he was interviewed on this, said, well, I knew I was going to have to, I sound like a Beatle, I'm not going to do his voice. He said, I knew I was going to have to take my kid to see the movie anyways, so I might as well do this. And he became like a god to a whole new generation. It actually resurged his career. He's still Billy Idol, but it got a whole new generation saying, who is this guy? What's his music?
No, it's an all-time, like 10 years after your famous cameo. Like who else has that? I'm trying to think. Chuck Norris in Dodgeball.
Yeah.
Who else like do you?
Thank you, Chuck Norris.
Yeah. Chuck Norris. I made that play.
We should do Dodgeball. When did Dodgeball come out?
Yeah.
We maybe make an exemption.
I'm trying to think who like.
Nobody makes me bleed my own blood.
Ladies' Night, China Girl, Every Day I Write the Book, Blue Monday, Video Killed the Radio Star, Hungry Heart, Material Girls, Wake Me Up Before You Go Go. Just a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, the soundtrack's fantastic.
Yeah.
So Drew Barrymore was in love with Adam Sandler.
Really?
Not like actually in love, but like obsessed with like his career.
Oh, cool.
Wanted to be a part of his world.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, she called him and said, I can show you the... Just kidding. But she reached out to him and was like, we need to collaborate. And he's like, yeah, absolutely.
Oh my God.
Pause.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden this comes up. She almost doesn't get the role. But the other women who are up for the role, this list is incredible.
Adam Sandler picks the hottest women of the time and just tries to like...
Barrymore wasn't like all
No,
that.
the list.
Oh, the list of, yeah. Well, yeah. I don't know how much of this was him versus casting agents.
I think it's him.
This is, you like to believe
No,
that.
every movie.
Jennifer Aniston, Nicole Kidman, J-Lo, Natalie Portman, Lori Loughlin, and Pam Anderson.
Yeah.
And Pam Anderson would have been great.
Cameron Diaz, Elizabeth Hurley, Sarah Jessica Parker.
Oh, I didn't know those.
Brooke Shields, Katie Holmes, Jennifer Love Hewitt. Did you say that?
Oh, I didn't, but that would have been my
Jennifer
pick.
Beals.
Can we talk about Jennifer Love Hewitt for a second?
Can we do Can't Hardly Wait?
Yes. Jennifer Love Hewitt, Tiffany Amber Thiessen, and Christina Applegate are on my Mount Rushmore of like early awakenings of my hormones.
Yep. I
mean,
mean,
they changed. I knew who I was.
So
as a young man because of those three ladies.
Jennifer Love Hewitt and Tiffany Amber Thiessen.
If I breathe into my mic, is it less creepy when I say things like that?
They're frozen in time as those things. Christina Applegate actually had a career. So it's like I see her as a full-grown woman. Like the Teenage Crush thing.
Were you did you watch Married with Children?
I hated Married with Children.
When I was a kid.
Yeah.
Do you know how like when I was in college, I told you about how we would watch The Sopranos at the bar on Sunday night and that's all you would talk about. But when I was a kid, you'd roll into like elementary school and middle school, and it was like, did you guys watch Married with Children last night?
She had the jeans with like the cross and the crop top.
Did.
Yeah.
She sure did.
So Drew Barrymore. Getting on this
role. I don't even know what we're talking about
Blacked
anymore.
out.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, I got something for you.
Okay.
You ready for this?
Yep.
This is going to be our TikTok for the week.
Okay.
Are you ready? Because this is fantastic. It'll blow your mind. The connection between The Wedding Singer and the sitcom Friends is as strong as a connection can get, Max. Christine Taylor plays Holly in The Wedding Singer, was Bonnie, dated Ross, shaved her head in Friends.
Oh.
Angela Featherstone, who plays the fiancé that leaves him at the altar, Linda, was Chloe, the girl that slept with Ross when they were on a break.
Oh, no way.
Oh, wait, it gets better. Alexis Arquette, who plays George in The Wedding Singer, was the waitress in the Friends episode when Chandler's dad is in drag at that drag restaurant.
Oh, my God. Also, she's sisters with David Arquette, who was married to Courtney Cox.
And in the Scream films.
Yeah.
Yes. Christina Pickles, who plays Angie, Julia Guglia's mom,
Okay.
is Judy Geller, Ross and Rachel's mom.
Oh my God, there's so many friends connections.
Hold on.
There's more?
John Lovitz, who plays Jimmy Moore,
Yeah.
the other wedding singer, is Steve, the restaurateur, friend of Phoebe, who tests out Monica's restaurant at her house for her.
That's so many. Is there more?
I got one more.
Oh my God.
And last but not least, Brian Posehn. He plays one of the men at Table 9, where all the freaks and losers are. No offense. And he, in Friends, is the script messenger who brings Joey the final script when his character is killed off on Days of Our Lives. And Max, that is the connection between Friends and The Wedding Singer.
Oh, what the hell?
Boom. I did it. It happened. That's real.
Yeah.
Back to the movie.
Yeah. So a musical adaptation came of this movie, and it won a Tony Award.
Oh, really?
Yeah. 285 performances.
Do you follow like the Adam Sandler universe, like multiverse,
No.
Easter egg things? So
The worlds are connected? kind of
yeah,
thing?
how they all are tied together. So there's a movie universe Easter egg in this one. So the name Eric Lamonsoff. Robbie first mentions someone with his name in The Wedding Singer.
Mhm.
It comes up again in Sandler's later movie Click, You Don't Mess with the Zohan, and Jack and Jill.
Oh, neat.
So that character name came up all those times. Then in Grown Ups 1 and 2, Kevin James plays a character with that moniker. And Josh Gad does the same in Pixels. Why all the repetition on this, you may be asking? To pay tribute to Sandler's college friend, the real Eric Lamonsoff.
Oh, that's cool. And also there's a Billy Madison connection. So they say Mr. and Mrs. Harold Veltri.
Yes.
That's one of the wedding parties, I believe.
Okay.
It's paying tribute to Gino Veltri, who's the lead singer of the band that played at the third grade graduation in Billy Madison.
Oh.
Billy's graduation, third grade.
Oh my God.
The
That's
Billy
really funny.
Madison way. So Chris Farley was supposed to be in this movie.
I know, right? He was just...
He was in rehab.
He was rehab? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who would he have been? One of the freaks at Table 9?
No, he was a cameo at the... I think I may have read it was like just a quick cameo at the end of the movie.
He would have been as good as the cook who saw boobs for prime rib.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Relax. Boobs. Do you know who I thought that was?
Who?
Judd Apatow.
Oh, yeah.
He looks a lot like him.
Well, he wrote this movie, too. He was an uncredited scriptwriter.
Do you think it was Judd? No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't. Yeah.
But
He
it
was-
did look like him.
Yeah.
This is the highest rated Sandler comedy on Rotten Tomatoes.
That's not saying much. They're all like,
That's not true.
what do you mean? What's the highest? What is it, 43%?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like literally exactly 43%.
Really?
I think it's like right there.
Roger Ebert gave it 1 star.
Sure.
Yeah.
Ebert hated Sandler.
Yeah.
It took him a while to warm up to him. So Adam Sandler attended this movie's premiere on his day off from shooting The Waterboy.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, these came out like 4 months between each other. So it was supposed to come out.
Medulla oblongata.
It was supposed to come out in September of 97, but they delayed it for
They wanted to
Valentine's.
get it closer to Valentine's Day.
Yeah, so it came out February. But then 4 months later, Waterboy came out.
Yeah.
And that's when
Whoop-a-dee-doo.
like Adam Sandler like had control of the universe, basically.
Waterboy was incredible.
Waterboy was amazing.
Waterboy is so absurd.
I mean, talking about like quotes, it's like, they got all those teeth and no toothbrush.
Why they're so ornery.
Oh,
Mama
yeah.
says.
Or when the kicker's looking for who he wants to kick to. He's
Yeah.
like, oh, yeah, that's my, say the word, but
Yeah.
female dog.
Yeah.
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 Or want me to kill them?
The Fonz is incredible.
Did they ever catch that gorilla that broke out of the zoo and punched you in the eye?
when
I hate him.
when Fonzarelli is on the phone.
Yeah.
And he's like, I hate him, and that thing is not plugged in. I was like, this is the best movie I've ever seen in my life. I have to say something about Sandler movies, because he's roughly our age.
Yeah.
I think he's
39, 40.
Oh, you're crazy. He's older than me. I'm
Think so?
45.
All right, I'm looking up.
He's in his 50s.
Adam Sandler.
Mid 50s. I'm guessing 55.
57.
Yeah.
Wow.
But that's our wheelhouse,
Yeah.
right? So like when we were kids, he was in college and he
Yeah.
was doing this stuff. Part of the reason that I use the example of the Transformers, He-Man, G.I. Joe, some of those cartoons, I remember they're so amazing. And then I go back and watch them now. I'm like, oh my dear God, this is terrible.
Yeah.
It's not quite that bad, but this stuff came into my life at the perfect time.
Yeah. It's
His
immature.
sense of humor
Yeah.
to a 12 and 13-year-old boy, Adam Sandler,
Is the best.
he spoke a language that adults didn't know how to speak to
His
kids.
albums, they're all going to laugh at you.
Oh my God.
Fatty McGee.
Yeah.
But I equate him. It's interesting. Some artists grow into like different phases of their life,
Yeah.
and we don't like it really for the most part. We're like, do the stuff that we like, the top
yeah.
hits. Him,
Step Brothers. Remember when they're the band? Like,
Oh, the Billy Joel.
Play Uptown Girl. Play Uptown Girl.
Yeah. We only do early Billy Joel.
I just made me think of that when you're like, sometimes they only want to hear what they want to hear. Like, play Uptown Girl.
Adam Sandler is the Eminem of movies. That he does one thing amazingly, which is this like kind of immature bro comedy, silly stuff, unapologetically 13-year-old kind of stuff. I can't believe they said that. I can't believe they did that. And he's done that all through his career. And hasn't developed. I mean, Sandler actually can act, and weirdly Eminem can act too, ironically.
Yeah.
But like they love doing.
I think I lost you a little bit on this because I think I get the point you're trying to make, but I think what you inadvertently did is you're putting them both in a very tight box.
Yeah.
I think what you were trying to say is they're two people who within their craft were unapologetic about what their craft is and stuck with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I saw Adam Sandler live 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I was like,
great?
It was, but it was still for 12 and 13-year-olds. He's like, doo-doo caca. And people are like, yeah.
People or you? You're like, bring me the doo-doo caca.
I even thought it was a little bit.
Oh, it was too low for you.
Yeah, I was
You're
like,
oh, my word. It's amazing.
I took off my monocle and went to the caviar store.
Did you go on Google? You're like, dear Adam Sandler,
Dearest.
my name is Maxwell Sanders. I find your humor sickening and beneath us both. Class it up. Do you know what the difference between jelly and jam is?
So do you know Shooter McGavin was always in this movie?
Yeah, but he was way too old.
Yeah, and also Sandler never wants to put him in one of his movies again because he's so
iconic to the original role.
The Shooter.
Well, they're doing a sequel. Is he going to be in it?
He's going to be in it as Shooter, but like he's saying,
that's exciting.
Oh my god, yeah, we're gonna have to do a live react to that.
Yeah.
In the theater.
Oh man,
people are gonna be so mad.
I hope they do. I hope they do a thing on Scotty Leffler getting arrested, like a little play on that for golf.
You know what's? I just realized I'm gonna cry during Happy Gilmore 2 because there's gonna be a Carl Weathers tribute thing.
Oh yeah, you're right.
God.
Is he doing a Happy Gilmore 2?
It's already confirmed. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, we just literally. I'm thinking of. I'm sorry. I was thinking of Billy Madison.
You know what?
I just maxed you so bad. Like we literally were talking about the sequel. I'm like, wait a second. They're doing a sequel?
No, I want his low point to be him drunk at a what is it called?
Bar?
No.
Nursing home?
Where they bury dead people.
Cemetery?
Yeah, at a cemetery.
This is example of someone who is very isolated from dealing with heartache and pain. Like, what are those things at the end of the year? Taxes? Yeah. And then when you're done with that, what do? Die? Like, where do they put the dead body? Cemetery? Yeah.
I want to be at the cemetery drunk, beating up Bob Barker's like gravestone.
Jesus Christ. It's a good thing you don't write screenplays.
That'd be funny.
Would it, Max?
Yeah.
What other facts do you have on this movie?
In the bar scene near the beginning, Sammy's Alan Covert and Robbie are talking about Happy Days.
Yeah.
Arthur Fonzarelli.
Yes.
They put him in the next movie, Waterboy.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So
well, all three of them were in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Also, Dante from Grandma's Boy is one of Sandler's friends.
Oh,
He's the guy who provides the drink for the teenager kid who pukes in the... He's in a bunch of his movies.
Yeah. He was the drug dealer in Grandma's Boy, right? With the monkey. He had a pet monkey.
Yeah.
By the way,
my God, I am naked.
By the way, Grandma's Boy, very funny movie.
It's the biggest cult classic. Like the one that didn't do well, but like is loved by everybody.
What's the name of the guy who's like? No, not him.
Jonah Hill.
The other guy. He spends the night at his house.
Nick Swartzen.
Yeah, Nick Swartzen.
Yeah,
is like really, really, really funny.
He is
in Reno 911.
Oh, Terry.
Terry
I was murdered. You were murdered.
Terry's my favorite character in that show.
Yeah, I would just play the flute, boop boop boop, and sell some oranges.
I love that you know that show.
Terry's the best.
Reno 911 is really funny.
Yeah. There's a lot of goofs in this movie, like inconsistencies. And I think that's consistent with Adam Sandler. Like, the directors really don't care that much.
Go on.
The dumpster changes color from blue before Robbie's in it to black to red while Robbie is in it.
Sure.
So it changes 3 colors.
Sure.
Like, why would they have 3 different colored dumpsters? The limousine loses hubcaps while driving on the test. And they reappear on the wheels at the end.
Yeah, that's a standard movie thing.
No, but I got more.
Hold on, real quick. That whole scene is amazing.
Yeah.
When he's like testing him on the timing. That's great. Go ahead.
Those could have been her wedding guests. They were cones. Yeah.
They were cones.
Yeah. The number of cake pieces in the plate in the bakery when they feed the lady, and he's like,
I cannot believe these facts.
Who's that lady? Robbie turns to feed the lady. There are 2 pieces left, but in the next shot, the plate is empty.
Yeah.
Robbie's sister says their parents died when Robbie was in 3rd grade. Later on, Robbie says his parents died when he was 10. A 10-year-old would be in 5th grade.
Yes.
Possibly 4th grade, not 3rd grade.
Not third,
unless he was
third.
like a genius.
Yeah.
Glenn's collar switches from folded to pop several times from the double date scene, which is weird. Julia's wedding is set for Sunday, August 5th, 1985. That date fell on a Monday. The DeLorean used in the film is missing the DMC logo on the front grille. Probably for licensing
reasons.
Yeah. This is my favorite one. In the aircraft cabin scene at the end, a spiral staircase is seen behind Robbie. The only aircraft with an upper deck is a 747-4 engine, yet the frames of the aircraft in the flight are a narrow-bodied aircraft, A320 with 2 engines. There's a Lego set on the floor that wasn't made until 1997.
How long ago do you think I stopped listening? Out of curiosity.
I don't care. It's great stuff.
I want to know.
Yeah. Probably the first one.
All right, continue.
Robbie tells Linda, get on my Van Halen shirt before you jinx the band and they break up. That would have been on August 4th, 1985, the day before the wedding was supposed to happen. However, David Lee Roth had already left Van Halen April 1st, 1985. And finally, when flying to Las Vegas, Julia remarks that she would like to see the lights of Vegas from the plane. However, the plane was a daylight morning flight flying westerly from New Jersey. As the flight would take 4 hours, obviously, even if they would leave New Jersey at 5 a.m., they would arrive at 7 a.m. Vegas time. So there's no way she would see the Vegas lights.
And Max, with that, I just want to let you know,
no one cares.
Great work. You, I'll never get those 20 minutes back in my life. You were awarded no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Cast?
Let's go to the cast.
So the director, Frank Corasi, I know him best as...
Frank the Tank.
No, he's got a cameo in one of the Adam Sandler movies that's the best. Do you know who it is?
Go on. No, I have no idea.
Yeah. Bobby, it's your daddy, Roberto. We're going to go to the NFL and make a lot of money.
That's amazing.
That's him.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But, I mean, he's just Adam Sandler's boy. He did The Waterboy, Click, Ridiculous Six, Here Comes the Boom, and Blended. So just like an Adam Sandler, not sycophant, but...
Was he an SNL guy before he came over?
No, it didn't seem like it.
Okay.
He was just his friend. And the writer of this movie, Tim Hurley, Sandler's college roommate, he got a perfect score on the LSATs, so he's a smart guy. Wrote the music for the Wedding Singer musical. Wrote Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore, Waterboy, Big Daddy, Little Nicky, Grown Ups 2, Pixels, Ridiculous Six, and Hubie Halloween. So he's just Adam Sandler's boy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Cool.
You gotta love, like, if you're in Adam Sandler's circle, you're just there for life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, except him and Rob Schneider have got some friction now, I think.
Rob Schneider opened for him at the
really?
show I
I
went
thought
to.
he went like super MAGA right, and now they have... Oh, no. It's not Rob Schneider. It's...
Dante?
Yeah,
Yeah.
one of those guys.
Yeah, it's
you're
the
right.
naked drug
You're
dealer
right.
dude.
Yeah.
Rob Schneider is super right, too. Though.
Yeah, he
but,
is.
Yeah.
That didn't stop.
And he strangles homeless people.
Really?
Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Gotta have a hobby. Continue.
What's your hobby?
Not strangling homeless people.
Robbie Hart's played by Adam Sandler. Russian Jew, went to NYU. He was on the Cosby Show. He was a recurring character. He was a friend of the Huxtable family.
Okay.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
SNL. I think he was kicked off at some point, but had some memorable ones. The opera singer. Remember that?
Yes.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah. The commercial with Chris Farley for Schlitz beer.
Yeah.
The gay beer or whatever. That's really funny.
He has a dimpled right earlobe. I like that. He plays basketball for exercise. He was considered for Willy Wonka. And
oh, okay.
yeah,
I can see that.
And I love this. So he's probably the most profitable movie actor of all time. For every $1 people invest into his movies, there's a $9 return on average.
You can't beat that.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
He lives in Goldie Hawn and Russell Crowe's old house. Or Kurt Russell's.
Yeah, Kurt Russell. Yeah.
Taga.
Russell will. Taga. Come here, Taga.
What are your favorite roles? Give me your top 5 Sandlers.
Oh, man. Waterboy is up there.
Okay.
I loved Big Daddy. Big Daddy kind of just hit me in the heartstrings.
Yeah, no, it's great. So that's what, 5 and 4 for you, or so Billy? Happy Gilmore's.
You say top 5? Like, there's only probably 5 Sandler movies I like.
Happy Gilmore's 1. Billy Madison's 2.
Yeah.
Waterboy's 3.
Yeah.
Big Daddy's 4.
Yeah.
And
Uncut Gems is great.
Yeah, that movie made me feel uncomfortable. It's supposed to be you. I know, but I just don't like it. Little Nicky.
Oh, God.
I love Little Nicky.
And a deep south.
Popeye's chicken is the shiznit.
Oh, my God. Little Nicky. What was Little Nicky?
It was a bomb, but it was really funny.
It's a weird movie.
Drew Barrymore, super weird. So, I mean, like, have you seen her interview people on her show?
Yeah, she's going through some stuff, dude. She had
a rough life. I mean,
she was alcoholic when she was 11.
Yeah, so she she had her first autobiography done at age 14. She was the youngest host of SNL at 7.
Yeah.
Like, David Letterman never.
I remember. I saw that episode.
David
where
Letterman
she, danced on his stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He never gets uncomfortable. Crispin Glover and Drew Barrymore, like the Hall of Fame Mount Rushmore.
She, I think that it's a cautionary tale of like, you can have children actors and actresses, but like, my God, you got to supervise them. Like, she was just out. She was at like, she was like one of those Studio 54 kids.
Yeah.
Like, that was like
9
out there. Yeah.
She's like, I'd like a juice.
Like, can you imagine rolling into Skeeps and just seeing like an 8-year-old?
No.
Yeah. I could actually imagine that there, but like, it'd be terrible. Yeah.
She's mentioned that Spielberg was like the closest thing she had
To a father. Yeah.
Yeah. She's the godmother of his. No. She's the godmother of Kurt Cobain and Courtney Love's daughter. But Steven Spielberg's her godfather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is like, no knock on Spielberg, but like, you're talking about a guy who has like maybe 15 minutes a week to spend time with someone.
Yeah, and a lot of kids.
You're doing fine, kid.
Yeah.
Get out of
Keep
there.
dancing. Here are your peanuts. That's the ticket.
So she was in Firestarter, E.T., Altered States, which you need to see still, which is awesome. Batman Forever. Remember, she's like the good side
Absolutely.
of Scream. She was offered the main role of Scream, but she thought that role was more fun.
I loved her role in that.
Yeah, it's the most iconic of all the Scream
murders.
Because you don't think she's gonna die because she's a big name.
That's like when what's his face on Broken Arrow died immediately.
Who died immediately in Broken
I think
Arrow?
Kurt Russell.
No, that's Passenger 57.
That's not Passenger 57.
No, that's Empire.
It's not Broken Arrow though.
It's
there's some movie where he died. It's like Seagal, Kurt Russell,
and Wesley Snipes.
No, it's not Broken Arrow though.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah.
Oh my God, what's that movie's name? I'm sorry, it's not Passenger 57. Let's see, Kurt Russell. Hold on, give me some music or something.
Bump. I love the Standby.
Executive Decision.
Executive Decision.
Yeah. What are the best early deaths in movies?
That's up there. Oh, it's not the best. It was. I was like, oh my God, I came to see him in the movie, and I'm like, oh, he's already gone. Great.
She's in Fever Pitch. Freddie got fingered. Remember she dated.
She married. They were married.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To Tom Green.
Yeah.
Charlie's Angels. She's really good. Never Been Kissed. Kind of didn't age well.
I like that movie though.
Yeah, but it's creepy.
I mean, life is creepy.
Yeah, it's true.
And like a box of chocolates.
Yeah. Who was she in Donnie Darko?
The teacher.
Okay. Yeah, you're right.
And she also, I think, executive produced that movie.
Oh, wow.
I think that movie got off the ground because of her, and then she gave herself a small role in it.
Cool. Holly Sullivan was played by Christy Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
She was my first crush.
Yeah. Married to Ben Stiller.
Yeah.
Although, did they separate recently,
No.
but then got back together?
No, they're still together. I checked.
Okay.
Yeah, just making sure.
The Brady Bunch movie, she's incredible.
Yeah, she's Marsha, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But Hey Dude, which was the first live action Nickelodeon show.
Oh, I know Hey Dude.
Yeah, she was Melody.
Yeah.
And I had the biggest crush on her.
I can tell. When
Yeah.
your eyes get really big and your pupils dilate.
And Zoolander, too.
Yeah.
Why male models?
Really? You just explained that.
Yeah. And Dodgeball.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm bisexual. It's like, oh my God, you're perfect. There's something about her. There's like, it's the girl next door. She's like Elizabeth Shue light.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, there's
yeah.
like less magnetic.
She feels like Christina Applegate to me. Like the two of them are like
she's funny.
Interchangeable and they're very funny. Yeah.
And can be in these comedian movies and just kind of hold their own.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she's great. He's probably gonna get laid. You think the time that didn't make the donuts guy is sexy? He is pretty funny.
Grade A.
Sammy's played by Alan Covert, Sandler's friend. They went to NYU together.
Mm-hmm.
He's in 14 of his movies. So,
Jesus.
I mean, Little Nicky's the biggest one where he's the overweight actor.
Yeah.
So apparently for some of his roles, he puts on like 40 pounds to like,
What
be
a
the role.
life.
Yeah.
That's the life you need.
I don't think he needs to put on 40 pounds. Like these are Adam Sandler movies. Like there's not like realism.
Yeah, but I feel like if you're getting the job basically for free, you might as well show that you're willing to stretch a little bit, you know?
And Alex and Grandma's Boy is the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Bragging about his hot roommates. Grandma's Boy is the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should do that movie.
It's not, yeah. Glenn Gullia, he looks really familiar as Matthew Glave. I thought he was the Goonies. I thought he was Troy.
Yeah.
But he's not.
No.
He looks like him though, doesn't he?
No.
Like a young version. But he's very hateable.
What else is he in?
He's in Rockstar. He's Matt. He's what's his name? Mark Wahlberg's brother, who's a cop.
Okay.
Remember that?
Okay.
Yeah, who kind of supports him. Corky Romano. He's one of the cops.
Corky Romano.
Yeah.
Jesus. That's another wow movie.
He's in a movie. I didn't know this was.
When did oh God, what's the Will Ferrell like? What is love? Night of the Roxbury.
Yeah.
When did that movie come out?
90s. We can do it.
Just keep that in the back of your head.
Boo!
Do you know what I just remembered that I didn't even talk about? So quick segue away from this. And I was like,
Emilio.
So you're not going to be here on Sunday because you're getting married Saturday and we have to record on Sunday. So Bruce is coming in and he's going to record 2 episodes because you're going to be on your honeymoon as well. So I'm doing 2 episodes with Bruce. So I sent him, I just texted him and said, hey, what movie do you want to do on Sunday? And he replied, you're going to be so angry. It's not Goodfellas. It's not Goodfellas.
Is it Pulp Fiction?
No, he replied, Terminator 2.
Oh my God.
I was like, oh, Max is going to be so mad. And then he even wrote, will Max be okay with this? I go, nope. And that's why we're doing it.
I'm so upset.
All right.
The T-1000, I mean,
We'll cover it for you while you're
the running
here.
facts, how
Don't
he
worry.
trained to be
Don't
a
worry.
runner.
We're going to cover it while
He's
you're
the
gone.
fastest man ever.
We'll cover it while you're gone.
The
Have a great wedding.
The thumbs up.
Great wedding. All right, Max, let's wrap this sucker up. How many more characters you want to cover?
Let's see. Rosie, who's the little old grandma. That's a fun story.
The original actress they wanted for was Betty White.
Yeah.
That would have been amazing.
She was great, though.
She was.
Yeah. She's talking about how she was with 8 men. That's like 200 nowadays.
Yeah.
It's like, please stop.
Yeah. Are you worried about this? Are you worried about your penis? When you were born, I saw your penis. It wasn't anything great, but it wasn't terrible.
Had nice
girth.
girth.
Shape.
Jesus. She's in My Blue Heaven, Sister Act, Seinfeld. She's the nurse in Clueless.
She's in area Studio 54, right?
I don't know that. I don't think so.
I think so.
Oh, Wedding Crashers. She's the grandma.
Oh, maybe she's not. No, I don't know. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
She's the racist grandma in Wedding Crashers.
Yes, she is.
Shameless, Family Guy, American Dad. Great voice.
Mm-hmm.
Just I love a good old woman who can take a joke.
That's right.
Yeah. Linda, played by Angela Featherstone. Army of Darkness. She's the S-Mark girl. Con Air. She's one of the cops who's talking to John Cusack on the ground.
That's right.
And Zero Effect, which is a movie you haven't seen yet. Bill Pullman, Ben Stiller, really good. She's Jess.
All right.
George, played by Alexis Arquette. She's the sibling of Rosanna, Patricia, David. I mean, what a family acting-wise.
Most famous trans actor outside of RuPaul?
Nowadays, it's the Euphoria girl.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yes, I do know. Yeah.
And the Orange is the New Black girl.
That's right.
Yeah,
You're
there's
right.
a few.
You're right. Yeah.
And can you say trans actor with Wesley Snipes and Patrick Swayze count?
No.
Okay. Because they dressed up. No, you're right.
Dressing up one time.
Yep. No.
Like Bugs Bunny isn't a trans actor.
Yeah. She was the vampire DJ in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. She's in Pulp Fiction.
All right. Continue.
You done? Yeah,
I'm done.
So this is my favorite poll, though. Christina Pickles, who's played by Angie Sullivan.
Yes.
She's the sorceress of Castle Grayskull and Master of the Universe.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I know exactly.
That's really cool. Yeah. And finally, the brother-in-law, Andy, who's the husband of...
The sister and I used to be crazy when we were younger.
She do things with my nipples. What was I talking about? Yeah. That's Frankie Carbone from Goodfellas.
Oh, yeah.
Who's frozen.
Yeah, frozen in
salad.
the next to all the jackets, the minks.
Yeah. And then obviously Steve Buscemi and John Lovitz. They're not credited in the movie.
Right.
Yeah.
But they're on the soundtrack.
Yeah. Never had one lesson. Thanks, Dad.
No. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Not credited in the movie, but both the songs they sing are on the soundtrack.
True and Sexy Lady or whatever it is. Sophisticated Mama. Yeah.
Oh, yes, it's ladies' night.
Ladies' night. Yeah, you're right. It's ladies' night.
What a night. Max, are you done?
Yes.
That's great news. As the last episode prior to your wedding, I will ring the wedding bells and take us over to our Buzz in the Tower fan spotlight. Max, this week's Buzz in the Tower fan spotlight is none other than Ryan Lavender. The last name rolls off the tongue like sweet lavender.
It does.
One of our famous Canadian friends from up north. Huge fan of the show.
Just awesome guy.
Just been around since we've been around.
Yeah.
Always interacting, connecting. And I think he's done the spotlight before. And if I recall, it was hilarious. So I expect this to be nothing but incredible. So let's hear what Ryan had to say about The Wedding Singer.
He's losing his mind. And I am reaping all the benefits.
Amazing. If that was it, I like best.
Thanks for having me on
ever.
Buzz in the Tower. Ryan Lavender back again, talking about The Wedding Singer. Now, The Wedding Singer is one of Adam Sandler's best romantic comedies. Him and Drew Barrymore just have amazing chemistry in this whole movie. The scene that just every time makes me burst out laughing is, of course, him singing to Drew. You have Sandler putting his whole heart into this song. And it's actually a really good song. He has the nice little tempo leading up until he gets to that chorus where he just screams that guttural kill me because he's just lost it. And you can see in her face, even though he's losing his mind in this scene, singing the song, she's kind of falling for him at this moment, where she's realizing that he does have this heart and soul, he does have talent. And then the classic Wizard of Oz reference, ignore the man behind the curtain because it is John Lovitz. And it's just the way that he sneaks out from behind the curtain and then sneaks back off of it. The Wedding Singer is just one of Sandler's best works, and partially because it's 80s and all the 80s references. And then the other part is you have these performances like Steve Buscemi giving just an amazing toast as the best man. And if anyone's been to a wedding, you know there's been some speeches that have gone a little off the rails and could have easily gone that way. And he even sneaks in the Ferris Bueller reference when he picks up the guitar and says, "No lessons, thanks, Pops." Just the bitterness towards the dad. It's just one of the best movies if you want just off-the-wall comedy, but also a bit of a heartfelt story with a little sweet ending thanks to Billy Idol.
Yeah, I mean, they don't,
Farmer's Market.
They don't get a whole lot better than that,
Yeah.
Max. That's Ryan Lavender for you right there. Coster, what do you think of that editing?
I was going to say I have a lot of respect for the cut-ins and our logo at the bottom, too. That's
He
awesome.
knows what's up.
I appreciate that.
Ryan, thank you as always for your support, for your fan spotlight, and for auditioning for the soon-to-be vacated spot from Max because he's getting married and won't have time for things of leisure.
We try to put some shows together, and you're just like, I can't do two shows in a row.
Too much work. Spending 2 straight hours with you is a lot.
Yeah, you try to avoid it.
But good luck. Good luck on the.
On
Max,
Saturday, you're marrying me.
That wraps up the show, and let me get all the fun stuff out of the way real quick. Don't forget to subscribe, follow, leave a review, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all that fun stuff. Check us out on YouTube, youtube.com @BuzzInTheTower. Any social media, but in particular TikTok @BuzzInTheTower, and then BuzzInTheTower.com for our website. Additionally, I want to thank our sponsors, 80stees.com, once again. Rampada. That's a new sound effect for you. Max, we just covered The Wedding Singer. On Sunday, I'm recording Terminator 2 with Bruce. Maybe I'll throw in Goodfellas just for measure. But more importantly, Max, this is your last recorded episode as a bachelor.
Yep.
How do you feel about that?
Fine.
Great. Moving on to our next...
I like to do a joke. I avoided my first divorce. I'm 38. Like, I don't have the time or energy to marry someone else.
It's true. It's true.
So, Selena, thank you.
All right. Cheers to settling. By her, obviously,
Yeah.
not by you. Max, I'm excited to preside over your wedding. I've got a lot of great jokes and comments and things that'll make people drop their monocles.
So, my best man, John Smith, he said his speech is going to be, he goes, I was told I couldn't tell any embarrassing stories about Max, and he's going to crumple the paper and just walk off.
That's amazing. I'm a huge fan.
That's pretty good.
It's really good.
Yeah.
I'll laugh.
Yeah.
We'll see. I'll warm everybody up during the ceremony. Everybody loves a good ceremony with laughter. On The Wedding Singer, and how do you want to end this, Max Sanders?
I'm trying to think. How would I want it?
While you think, I'll end it on my end. Somebody kill me, please.
There's not like your penis is too small.
Perfect. We'll end on that. Have a good night, folks.